Time and time again, we hear the importance of data collection and improving services across the country. This morning, we get a chance to discuss the launch of WASA's Customer Service Improvement Survey, and we do so with Alicia Romano, Management Consultant, and Patrina Abdul, Senior Manager of Customer Accounting and Revenue Enhancement. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show. How are you doing this morning?
We're doing well, thank you.
All right, so first of all, Alicia, tell me, well, actually, let me start with you, Patrina. As Senior Manager for Customer Accounting and Revenue Enhancement, tell me the importance of having this customer survey in the first place, the improvement survey.
Well, good morning again to the viewers. And being in the area directly linked with serving the customer on the service side of it, in terms, as opposed to the operational side, data is important. Data is critical to the managing of those services that we offer to customers. Having a clean, a sanitized database will ensure not only that customers get their bills on time, customers are billed accurately, but also that the information that is on the database is your data. Is your data, and that your data is not going to someone else.
Okay.
That information is critical. And it's also critical, it's going to dovetail into Ms. Romano's end of it in terms of the operational end. Because to get that empirical data is going to help us plan our projects. Projects not like before where you have a top-down approach, because a one size doesn't fit all anymore. Each community, it's a community-based approach. Each community is unique. And you need to have data for communities so that you could be able to better serve your customers.
Now, we've had the minister on the show several times talk about different projects that WASA has been doing and some of the improvements that have been happening. So we know that there are major things that obviously need to happen. But some of the less obvious things, well, I assume we're trying to collect in this data information here.
Certainly.
Yeah.
So let's just take, for instance, some services that a person would want at WASA. I am going to buy a property. The bank is telling me I need to get a clearance.
Right.
Having the correct data will ensure that you get your clearance on time. So no longer will we have to visit your property, go to a district revenue office to gather information, and that alone reduces the time in ensuring that you get your clearance on time. You go to a financial institution for a loan, same thing. You go to licensing office. And we've had several cases where customers calling us, I'm at licensing office and they need an updated bill. When we send them the bill, either by WhatsApp or email, you realize that the data is incorrect. Property may have changed hands, things like that.
Okay.
So we need to get the accurate data so that we can better serve you as a customer, reliability and not just the operational water into your tap, but the service that we provide to you.
Okay, Alicia, I want to jump across to you because she mentioned, the data would assist you when it comes to the operations at WASA. Tell me what sort of data you need to help improve the operations.
Certainly. So good morning to you and your listening audience. So this project is actually part of a larger project. It's actually part of the overall digitization of WASA. So that's where we introduce digital technology into our day-to-day operations to optimize them. So the data that we're collecting is not just your name, your account number, verifying your address, but we're also capturing exactly where the account location is. So you have to actually, when you complete the form and you participate in the survey, you actually get an opportunity to pin exactly where this address is that this account is at.
Okay.
And that allows us to know where you are so that we can actually ensure that our production facilities are sufficient and they're producing sufficient water such that everyone in that area can get a reliable and consistent supply of water. Because as you know, places have grown and expanded. Persons have gone to live in places where we didn't know that they were living before.
Well, this is all that I want to find out, because I know that we sometimes don't take into consideration people who are squatting, who may not have applied legally or properly to have their water supply.
But they still deserve a consistent supply of water, and we encourage them to come on board, become one of our legitimate customers. So therefore, we can ensure that they get a consistent supply of water, because of course, water is life. Everyone needs water. Yeah?
So what would you say to the persons who are concerned that if it is, I do apply, I do fill out this information, I put the data out there, now I will be getting a bill. Let's say in the past I wasn't getting a bill because I take a tap off from somebody else
Sure.
and I just run in water to my thing. What's the benefits of them being able to fill out this information and get their own...
A consistent supply.
Consistency in
Exactly.
supply.
And then for some reason, if we have some mechanical failure on the plant, you can call and we will supply you with a truck-borne supply. So at the end of the day, you know, there are some areas where persons, yes, they get a little tap off. They are not guaranteed water on a daily basis, but of course, you need water every single day. So a consistent supply, a clean supply, what WASA provides, customer service from our customer service center, and the ability to actually get a bill so that you can utilize it in other services that you may need it for.
Yeah.
So there are many advantages.
Patrina, you mentioned being able to get charged appropriately for the water, for your own water usage. Does that mean we're going to be looking at more metering of an individual basis, or how is it working?
Well, Ms. Romano will also reflect on that in terms of our program that we have in place moving forward with regards to, because when you look at it, having a meter on your property not only bills you accurately in terms of you got billed for what you actually consume, but it also helps us to prevent that unaccounted for water, that non-revenue water, that water that we miss. So if I have a meter on my property, I'm a little more conscious, hey, fix my leak. You understand? Things like that, simple things like that, because we have a large percentage of unaccounted for water.
Wasted water, basically.
Wasted water,
So just to add to what Patrina said, right now our focus is not necessarily on domestic metering. Our focus is really on improving the delivery of water to every single citizen. So we must get water to you to then even consider how we're billing you. So it's really about improving the service, ensuring that we are delivering on our mandate, which is to provide water services to every single citizen. And that is really our focus right now. And we're asking persons to participate in the service to help us know exactly where you're located, so we know how many persons are there, how much water do we need to supply to the north, the south, etc. And then we will take it from there.
Fantastic. So Patrina, tell us, how do we fill out this survey?
Right. So as again we said, we have a two-prong approach. We're launching on Friday with the online part of the survey, where there's a link, there's a QR code that will be advertised on all our social media platforms, on our website as well too. This survey takes like about 5 minutes. It's so much, because we've tested it, we've done it ourselves. It takes about 5 minutes. You just need to have with you your billing information. Customers that do not have your billing information, there are options, new account, old account, so that you have that at your disposal. Clearly, we don't ask you any of your personal questions. That is not important for us.
When you say personal questions, like your name?
Your income.
Those kind of personal questions.
This is not a census.
This
is a service delivery survey.
That is correct.
And we want to emphasize that. It's service delivery. The questions that you're going to be seeing on that survey, do you have a connection? Is it internal, external? Things like that. Do you have storage capacity? How much? So that we be able to better understand your demand, so we can have a proper supply into your areas. So it's certain things like that. Do you have on-lot sewer system? Because, you know, in Trinidad and probably in the Caribbean as well too, when we talk about sewer, we talk sewage. Yes, you understand? It's like a bastard child, sewage. But to be quite honest, it goes hand in hand. To understand, to have a regular water supply, we also need to have, because there are certain standards that we have to abide by, and sewage needs to be attended to as well too. So you have information in terms of your sewage system, if you're connected to our networks, things like that. And we also have on the customer service side. And yes, we're asking the customers to, you know, voice your opinion. This is your opportunity to be part of our transformation. This is your opportunity. Be part of the transformation for the elements that benefit you. So there are customer service questions. What was the experience? What did you come in WASA to do? How long did it take you? What are the improvements you like to see? So talk your life out.
Yeah, sure you want
we
that.
Want yes, that. We want to hear from each and every customer.
All right. And when that information is now gathered, so we go online, we fill out the form, we scan the QR code, we fill out the form. When that information is gathered, what's the next step?
So at this point in time, it's electronic. And it's the first time, I must mention, it's the first time that we're having a survey that is going to be done electronically.
Okay.
So the information, the processing is real time.
Right.
So as you fill out and you submit, that information comes to us. We have a team already put in place to sanitize the information, to verify, reconcile, same and same. That doesn't need any further review. If it is that we have telephone updates, email updates, customer name change, we will, before we update customer information, contact you to verify the information.
Yes.
If there's additional details that you need to submit to us, we will advise you and same.
Okay.
If as well too, that you're filling out this survey and you're having difficulties, there's a hotline available.
Okay.
So we are partnering with you
Right.
to assist you.
And if people who may not be able to access the online or may not be so tech savvy, but they still deserve water, right?
Right.
And their opinion still needs to be heard.
So what we also have, as Ms. Romano would have said, we have a two-prong approach. So we're launching on the ground on the 1st of July. But if you can't wait, and we don't want you to wait, we will be into all your regional corporations. As we said, it's a community-based approach. All the corporations across the country, they're partnering with us.
Okay.
So what we're going to have is like a WASA day into your corporations. And it's not just to complete the survey, but it's to hear from you. What are your issues? How can we help you resolve? Those type of things.
But yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because I was wondering in terms of people who may not be. I know in some cases we may not have people who can read and write very well, or they might be blind, or they might be, whatever deficiencies that may not allow them to fill out the survey properly. There'll be people there to assist them
At the corporations and also at all our customer service centers.
So you can just walk in our WASA
You
and
can
fill
just
it out
walk
too?
in WASA and someone will help you fill it out.
How many times are you allowed to fill out the survey?
Well, ideally, once you do it the first time, you don't need to do it again.
You should be good. So you don't have to go and complain in every WASA that you find.
No.
I just want to make sure we clear on all this information so that people not come in and say, well, I reported down so, but I have an next house up so, so I'm reporting it up here.
Well, every property requires you have to fill out the form for every property that you have that has a service connection, or every property that you want to put a service connection in.
Because remember, we're going to pin your location.
Right.
That's correct.
But just now, you say every property that you have or that you want to put a connection in.
Right.
You're not supposed to want to put a connection in all.
No, if you buy a new property and it's just land and you're building a home,
You don't need
you
a
would
WASA
require
connection?
a new WASA connection.
All right.
Yeah.
Just
Fair
checking,
enough.
Just checking to make sure. All right, so we can head across to the social media pages. We can head across to WASA's website. We can go to any of the customer service centers.
Yes.
And we can also go to the regional corporations.
Regional corporations.
And when we pay attention to the social media, we find out when the WASA days are.
Yes, it will. And we'll also have the corporation advising their purchases when WASA will be in the corporations at those particular days.
Okay.
And
So
also
gather
NPU's
all your
website.
queries, gather all your details that you need us to attend to. As we said, our customer service enhancement goes beyond the survey.
Yeah. Tell me some of the biggest things that stand out to you so far in terms of what you get feedback from customers about.
Well, to be quite honest, we know the troubling situation at this point in time, which is the inability in some of the areas, especially in the dry season now, with regards to the reliability in supply. And, when it comes to the management and our board, I'll tell you that is high on the agenda. And to be quite honest, it transcends your geographical area. Because what we try to do, what, as Ms. Romano said, is a necessity. We need to get that supply to you. We need to get a reliable supply. So you'll see that there, based on customers' query, based on of your public outside there, we have to attend to your needs. You'll see project improvements, the community water improvement projects. You also would have seen in the newspaper lately and on television where some of the communities have been hard hit, and we have attended to it. Our operational team, our management, our board, members of the board are actually on the ground with these projects. Our minister has been pounding.
But we know that for sure. He definitely visited us quite a few times.
He has. It's passionate for him. Mon Diablo. Just to call a few.
Of course.
Diablo, Cunningham, Cotton
Granville,
Hill, right?
Icacus.
So Granville, Icacus.
Well, I want to say congratulations and thank you for doing this initiative in the first place, because I think it's important for us to be able to help you to help us. And that's what the survey is meant to do, and I hope that it's able to gather the information necessary. So please partake in the survey, ladies and gentlemen. WASA's Customer Service Improvement Survey. It's launching online on Friday, and you can check it out, and you can head across to any of your regional corporations or any WASA service station from July 1st to be able to access the in-person copy, the hard printed copy that you can fill out as well. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
You're most welcome. Thank you
and
for having us.
all the best with the survey.
Thank
I know
you.
that you're going to have a lot of information to collate and sanitize, as the case may be. We take a quick break and we come back with more in our morning show. Stick around.
I said,